Now there are a couple other accessories that we sell for the Treen mandrel that do some other things. The first one I'm going to show you is a method to turn larger bottles. You take the standard Treen mandrel like this, and then we've made some large rings. They're 2 inches in diameter, OD, and they have set screws on them. And you have a couple of these that you can just slide over your Treen mandrel, and then you can take a block with a 2-inch hole in it and slide it right over there, and it will still bite the bottom, and you put your tailstock up and clamp it on there so that it will turn perfectly well. And there are set screws here, as you can see, so that you can place these on here where you want them. In addition, there's also a gauge ring for a 2-inch. And the gauge ring fits on our small mandrel like this, just like the little brass gauge ring did, so that you can judge your size right when you're turning the bigger diameters. Another thing that we have to go with the Treen mandrels is this little device here, and it's called a Treen adapter. What it is an expanding collet. It has a set screw in here that you can get at from the back through this hole. If you put your small mandrel in the lathe, you can put this into a block with a 1.5 inch hole in it, and put that in there, and then tighten it up with an Allen wrench like this. In order to tighten this up, you're going to into this pine, which is pretty soft. You'll have to make it pretty tight. So I'm going to use a pair of pliers to hold that and tighten that up like that. Now the purpose of this is to eliminate the necessity for these little aluminum fittings like we used on these other parts, like this one right here. Because now we've just got a 1/2 inch hole in here, and this is a stopper blank, and I can turn a stopper on that, and now I'm going to put it on the small mandrel like that. Now you can bring your tailstock up like that and clamp that in there, and that should make it nice and solid. And then you can go ahead and turn your stopper down like that. And when you're making the lid, it's nice to have this arrangement, because when you get down near the end, you can back this off, and then you can finish it up like this and cut clear around the outside, so that if you want to make a nice smooth round lid or a ball like I did on that other one, you can come around and turn the outside, because it'll be held sufficiently for that, as long as you're not making too heavy a cut. Then, when you're finished with this, making your turnings, and I'll use my pliers again and take this apart. I take this little Treen adapter out of there, as soon as I can find it. There. Loosen that up and take it out. And then I can take a little short piece of 1/2 inch dowel and glue it right in here and make it work just like the metal fittings, except that now you have a dowel and you've saved yourself some money. You can take your big piece, I shouldn't have put one in there, you can take this one out, and when you've turned your decorative knob, you can just glue the two pieces together like that. And then you will have a stopper and a knob, and you will save yourself the expense of buying the hardware, the little metal hardware, for that purpose. If you're going to make a whole lot of these, that would probably be the way to go. As an example of a nice project to make with the larger Treen converter, and one that does 2 inches, I've made a box here, and it's a pretty good sized box. As you can see, it's got a 2-inch hole in it. And inside, I just turned a little tree, flattened it out on the end. And this tree will hold 2 earrings, dangly earrings that you can hang on there. This makes a wonderful Christmas gift for your significant other if he or she happens to wear earrings. And if you buy a $15 pair of earrings and put them in this nice hand-turned box, then suddenly you've got a $100 Christmas present, which strikes me as being pretty economical and a good way to go. So, all of these things on the table here were made with our Treen mandrel. You can also make salt and pepper shakers, which I've done, and we have a little book out on the process of making salt and pepper shakers. And we think that the Treen mandrel is a pretty good product. We would like it very much if you thought it was a good product too, and if you bought lots and lots of them and made us rich.